Although CS2 has had a rushed release, Valve has been aggressively pushing out updates to make up for it. The array of changes and fixes are so extensive that it's practically impossible to capture them all in one single video, so stick around for a summarized overview of the game's release progress right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee, sign up now, and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey. I've already covered the basic new features and changes. You can check the video out that has popped up on your screen. But anyway, let's move on to some of the other stuff that's been happening over the past few days. We've seen a lot of issues where Linux users couldn't run CS2 and controllers are behaving a bit strange. From what I know, Linux users should now be able to play the game at least. Another set of users, regular AMD users, experienced freezes out of nowhere. These issues seem to have been fixed as well, and I highly recommend downloading and using the latest video driver for your card, since we're starting to see Counter-Strike 2 related fixes in the drivers. Skins now look much better in the loadout menu, with more realistic lighting, which was something I didn't mention previously, but got tuned up on CS2's release. Thor captured the differences, and you can even see the skins wear in the new loadout, including stickers. They've also added a favorite and shuffle feature. Now, Valve seems to be aware of the community's reaction to certain skins having a completely different appearance in CS2, which has caused a lot of panic sell. Expect some smaller adjustments on certain skins. However, it doesn't seem like they're going to do anything about darker skins considering the game's overall brightness. Yes, the knock gloves still look dull and gray, so basically commit to shiny brighty skins if you care about looks. Also, thanks to the first update, we're now able to hide ourselves inside smokes when standing in water, since shadows behave correctly now. Speaking of water, Molotovs will now float above it, making more visible. And regarding smokes again, they've adjusted its behavior to cover cases where smokes would stop less than a player's height above the ground. Although they can still be scuffed, and this is just the fate of the franchise, I guess, since we'll never get perfect smokes. A lot of patch notes here and there are meant to help give visual and audio cues for certain plays, such as shooting through smokes and being able to actually hear if you hit someone, as well as ambient occlusion possibly revealing your position, making you believe everyone has wallhack. In Deathmatch, they've fixed various bugs with switching teams, but you can now also see your own immortality as you respawn, making it easier to abuse the broken system. It's really fun, not gonna lie. We also see some very important quality of life improvements to address the premier issues that occurred during the beta, cheaters being the spotlight. If one or more party members are convicted of cheating and permanently banned, all their friends that they queued with will lose their ranks and rating. This is to punish the people who were able to climb the leaderboard without cheating, but were still queuing with cheaters so they never got banned. Is this the ultimate fix against cheaters? No, it isn't, and it could have negative consequences if you weren't aware your friends were cheating. But it seems Valve is willing to take that risk, and I still think this update is for the better. Also, players with a high rating won't be allowed to party with non-rated players anymore, which should help make some of the higher rated games feel more balanced. But it's also tied to the previous update of getting help from cheaters with brand new accounts, or maybe just Smurfs, which wouldn't be possible if they don't have a rating. Again, definitely improvements to tackling some of the biggest beta issues. Now, is this to say that the release has been a cheat-free experience? No, quite the opposite. The game's launch has been plagued by cheaters. This is not only disappointing because of people not being decent human beings, but it also jeopardizes the game's goal of providing a good in-house experience through Premiere. Seriously, if they don't address this soon, cheaters will scare away a lot of players, and we would return to face it again. Now, for animations, numerous adjustments have been made to various aspects like character and lean animations, jumping, and jiggle peeking. One thing I liked is how they adjust the grenade throw animations to reduce the view obstruction. They've also fine-tuned the animated character's head position relative to the camera. Adjustments like this are often made to improve how the character model appears to other players in the game, potentially affecting hit detection and gameplay balance. This is an actual screenshot of the beta, but it perfectly describes the beta animation experience and what they're trying to avoid. In terms of map changes, well, the most interesting ones being that they added an extra bell on Inferno so you can play more tunes, completely disallowing you to get on top of certain places as a band-aid fix to prevent JoJo from finding a way to escape the map, and chickens falling off Vertigo. I've already talked about the new audio features in CS2, so I won't in this video, but with that came a lot of sound updates for better consistency and realism, which is always the case for audio updates. They also fixed an audio bug for grenades that explode in the air so you can actually hear them, along with general audio improvements for thrown mollies and incendiaries. Oh, and eyes! Thanks, Gabe Follower, for showing this creepy new feature in full effect, and no, it won't affect performance, as it's pretty much working the same way as the liquid and the Molotovs, which is fake. Yeah, I know, a bit of a letdown. Speaking of eyes, they are obviously attached to models. Certain models have had certain props modified or changed in color, but more importantly, some of you will be pleased to know that I'm finally bringing this up, and that is the lack of factions. Yes, even though CS2 has been released, there are still no map-based factions. To be honest, I know some of you care too much about this, but just personally speaking, I lost interest when I couldn't choose which model I wanted to be. They also provided instructions for how to host a dedicated server in probably the most Valve way possible. And no, they still haven't changed jump spam penalty, and no, subtick is still not synced with your firing animation. But you can bet that I'll be there if they plan on addressing any of these things. Let me know what you think of all the updates after release and what your thoughts are. Again, I want to make it clear I'm happy that Valve are doing as much as they can now. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.